What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cole Mize from ColeMizeStudios.com, bringing you another segment of 5 minutes to a better rap flow. And today we're going to be talking about translating cadences into a full verse. Now, for the past few videos, we've been talking about how to transition between different cadence patterns and also how to create and build momentum with your cadences, and we've already come up with a full 16 bar length of cadence patterns in 4 bar increments apiece. And today I'm going to be talking about translating all that into an actual verse. And in doing so, I'm going to be discussing some of the problems you may face when you do this, or some of the things that you just need to keep in mind while applying this technique to your rapping. So to get it going, what I'm going to do first is demonstrate the actual 16 bar cadence pattern that we've already come up with, and then I'm going to actually rap the full verse, and then we'll talk about it and break it apart. Okay, so here's the cadence right here. Da 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 day, but the ba ba da ba day, but the ba ba da ba day. But the ba ba da ba day, but the bow, but the beat, bow, but the beat, but the bow, but the beat, bow, but the beat, but the bow, but the beat, bow, but the beat, but the bow, but the beat, bow, but the beat, ba 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 bay, ba 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 bay, ba 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 ba, ba 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 bay, ba 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 bay, ba 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 bay, da 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 day. Hey, folks don't know my name, but they will come to know in time about that country southern boy who could teach you how to rhyme. Everybody wanna flow to the beat so fluently. They be like, yo, Cole, can you please help me to breathe life into my lines on my sheets? I'm gonna need you if you don't mind to agree to tutor me. Okay, start off with your ear training so that you can hear things that's really not that clear to you right now, but it will if you keep practicing these drills. Then you gon' sharpen all your skills. Next thing you know, you so cold when you flow, they're like, oh, you gon' blow. I know you are for real. So there you go. I like the way it's sounding. I think it's sounding really good. There are a few things that I do want to change and tweak to make it just a little bit better, which I'll be going into in just a moment. But I mean, overall, the concept of this was very simple. We already had scattered our cadences. We already came up with a really good sounding cadence pattern to build momentum throughout the verse. And I just simply copied all those notes and put them into lyrics. It's really that simple. Now, it's work. It takes time. It takes a lot of puzzle piece work. You're trying to figure out these puzzle pieces. You're like, okay, I have these set of cadences, I need to match what words will go with that, and so you will be spending time trying to match those up. Okay, so don't expect just because you have the cadences figured out that the lyrics are just going to magically fall in place, because they don't. It takes a moment to kind of play around with different combination of words until you figure out the combination that's going to work with that cadence. But here's the thing, a combination of words won't always work with the cadences you already have. You have to sometimes compromise your cadences ever so slightly to make your words fit, because we are trying to say something in our verses. Remember, when it comes to rapping, it's a juggling act. You don't want to focus too much on cadences to where your lyrics don't make sense, but you also don't want to focus on lyrics so much that your lyrics lack cadences and don't sound musically pleasing to the ear. And on that note, if you look at bar number 1 and bar number 2 with me, you'll notice that I've already made a compromise to the cadence. So in the original cadence, I was supposed to pause for half of that bar and then follow that up with 2 16th notes. What I ended up doing was removing half of that pause in the 4th beat and adding 16th notes in its place. And the reason I did that is because instead of saying, folks don't know my name, they will come to know in time, it could work, but it didn't sound as natural to me. I wanted to put a but in there, so it's saying but like in conclusion. So they don't know my name, but in conclusion to that, they will come to know in time. So I wanted to add but in there. So I just shaved off some of that pause and just added another 16th note in there. And I followed that up also on bar number 2, once again, just to kind of keep that pattern going right there for 2 bars. But that's simply why I made that change. So that's a good example of how I wasn't focusing so much on the cadences that I was allowing it to compromise my lyrics. So I just slightly removed some of that pause and added me another note in there. Problem solved. Now let's look at another thing that's kind of an issue that I needed to address. You may or you may not have noticed it when I rapped it the first time, but on bars number 5 and bar number 6, things are just getting a little bit cramped, and I feel like it's causing me to slur my words a little bit, and I don't like that. Clarity is something that's very important to me as a rapper. I want to make sure I'm saying my words as clearly as possible so that listener can actually make sense of what I'm saying. That's kind of the point of me rapping something. I want you to hear what I'm saying. So Let me rap this part real quick again for you, and let's talk about it for a second. All right. Flow to the beat so fluently. They be like, yo, Cole, can you please help me to breathe life into my... Right here, it's just becoming a little bit too much right here. And flow to the beat so fluently. They be like, yo, the problem is right there is the word like. Like is another one of those words that have K sounds, word that has S sounds on the end of them. You'll just notice certain words require a little bit more space to be held so they can be emphasized properly. So like is taking up a little bit more space, so I need to give it a little bit more space. Now you can either remove that word and replace it with something else that doesn't take up as much space, but what I decided to do was just leave it and just remove the yo. All right, so I'm gonna do that, and then on the next line, we're running into a similar problem. Let's check it out real quick. Cole, can you please help me to breathe life into my... So it's getting a little bit too cramped right there after breathe, okay? So breathe is already a big word, but I've already given it plenty of space right here. If you look at the cadence, it already has an eighth note. Eighth notes are usually used for words that need a little bit more room to be emphasized properly. The issue is though, right after it, I say the word life, and I'm only giving life a 16th note right here in the initial cadence that we had already planned for this verse. Life is another one of those words that it could require a little bit extra space to get the F off on the end of it. Okay, so it just needs to be held a little bit longer to emphasize it properly. So what I'm doing is I'm going to create space for it by removing two on into, so I can just remove two off. That way I say breathe life in my line. So I'm compromising a word, but I'm not compromising what I'm saying. So I'm compromising the cadence ever so slightly. I'm compromising my lyrics ever so slightly, but I'm gaining clarity with life. Okay, so let's hear it now. Let's hear both of those lines now with these corrections. Like, let's check it out. Flow to the beat so fluently. They be like, Cole, can you please help me to breathe life in my lines on my sheets? See what I'm saying? Sounds a lot more clearer now. Now I'm gonna rap the entire verse with those corrections so you can get the full effect. Folks don't know my name, but they will come to know in time about that country southern boy who can teach you how to rhyme. Everybody wanna flow to the beat so fluently. They be like, Cole, can you please help me to breathe life in my lines on my sheets? I'm gonna need you if you don't mind to agree to me. Okay, start off with your ear training so that you can hear things that's really not that clear to you right now, but it will. If you keep practicing these drills, then you gon' sharpen all your skills. Next thing you know, you so cold when you flow, they're like, oh, you gon' blow. I know you are for real. So there you go. That's a real live example of how to make all this stuff work together. Again, if you want to make your rhymes sound very musical, if you want your raps to be musically pleasing to the person's ear, start off with cadences, start off with scatting, come up with some dope cadences first, and then figure out a combination of words that will work with those cadences, but don't be afraid to compromise, tweak the cadence ever so slightly to make it fit the lyrics, and also don't be afraid to slightly compromise the lyrics as well. Balance everything and make sure everything is getting the attention it needs, and you should be okay. So I hope that was helpful to you. If you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this, make sure that you hit that subscribe button along with the bell icon so you're notified when I upload some new videos such as this. And also make sure you get yourself a copy of my free ebook, The #1 Fundamental to Rapping, which I think you will enjoy a lot. This is Cole Mize with ColeMizeStudios.com, and I'm signing off. Y'all take care. Peace.